Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. And I was wanting to do a Has Steve Read It video. I saw his first season of this and I see that a lot more people are being brave in the second season. I'm so behind on my videos, so hopefully there's not going to be too many face plants, but but probably because I always feel like Steve has read everything. But oh, and I wore this shirt for Peg, well, Peg's Martine, because she mentioned it in her Has Steve Read It video. Okay, so how this even came about was I started reading. So this is already a cheat. I have 8 books, but one of them I just started reading. I have read his other book, Unsaid, but it's Just Life by Neil Abraham. Oh my lord, this video is starting out so well. Abramson. Um, and I probably mispronounced it. Anyway, I just started reading it. So, and I always go into books blind, but it's about a world where there's a virus. So it reminded me of the coronavirus and saying that animals have it. And so there's a quarantine. And I'm so nervous. I get really upset anything about animals. But look at that dog on the front. It reminds me of my niece's dog, Elsa. So I love anything with animals. I'm wondering, uh, I read Unsaid by him and enjoyed it. And it was about animals too and death. So I'm wondering if Steve has read it. Okay, so there's only one book that I know of that growing up, my mom always let us read whatever we wanted. I read adult books when I was 9. I started sneaking into my sister's closet reading her V.C. Andrews. So my mom just didn't care if we were reading. She thought it was wonderful. But there was one book my mom took away from my brother, which was just such of a shock. And it is Will the Nurse Make Me Take My Underwear Off? And it is by Joel L. Schwartz, Aidan Macfarlane, and Anne McPherson. And I'm telling you, I've read it a couple times, but it's been years. I think it came out in 1987, I want to say. Uh, so, yeah, it's about a 14-year-old boy's diary. And, going through puberty and all those uncomfortable and all those questions that we have. And on the back, it has a list of some of those questions. Um, I loved it. I was wondering if Steve has read it. Also, this is probably a face plant. Is there a dog lover's mystery that Steve has not read? I'm not for sure. But I was curious if Steve has read This Dog for Hire by Carol Lea Benjamin. It's about a 38-year-old woman who has a dog. I believe her name is Rachel and her dog's name is Dash. It's been a while. I think I read this in late 2000. No, I think I read it in '09. So anyway, I love those mysteries with dogs as sidekicks. Okay, What Looks Like Crazy on an Ordinary Day by Pearl Cleage. I've read maybe 4 of her books now. I absolutely love this. By the first paragraph, you know that she is a woman who has been diagnosed with HIV, and she's very honest and open with how she got it and also continuing her life now with this diagnosis and how people react to her and how she reacts to other people knowing that she has this. So beautiful, beautiful book. Has she read it? Okay, this is a newer. There's Rollo. This is a newer release. I'm not sure exactly. It's been a couple years. I bought it in 2020, so that's probably when it came out. Things My Son Needs to Know About the World by Fredrik Backman. I've read everything by him. Absolutely love him. This was so funny because he's around my age and he's talking about growing up, him growing up. Um, you know, he's like, remember when you were watching a show and you couldn't remember the name of the singer or the song that the singer wrote, and you call your buddy and he doesn't answer because he's not home. He's actually out doing something, you know, like before cell phones. And he said, you know, sometimes your parents would just wing it. They did what they thought they should do. And this, he says, this day and age, parents don't have any excuse because you could have Googled it. Anyway, it's very, um, you know, it's, oh, there's so many funny stories. I loved it so much. Uh, it, yeah, it says, it's like just this short little thing. They say that it's a father's job to teach his son what it means to be a man, but I don't know. They say that sooner or later the majority of men turn into their fathers, but I hope that isn't true. So yeah, I love it. He talks about his wife and, you know, his kids, and like this chapter, what you need to know about starting a band. I just love him. Okay, this one Steve might not have read because I know he's not the biggest cat fan. Uh, Seven Cats and the Art of Living by Jo Coudert. Coudert. I read this so long ago. Yeah, I don't even have it. I'm guessing I read it in like 90s maybe. And you can see the pages are it's just such of an old book. But I loved it when I read it. And it also has illustrations. Oh, 2000. So it actually has my first married name in there. Okay, so a book I read a couple years ago. I absolutely love it. Carrie over at Very Literary Carrie, she's read it also, and she actually read the second book as a duology, and she loved it also. But no one really talks about it much on BookTube, and that is The Revolution of Marina M by Janet Fitch. This book was so wonderful. They compare it to Dr. Zhivago, and you know, I really don't like it when they compare books because I never feel like they're truly like the books that they compare them to. But I absolutely love this. I love Dr. Zhivago, but I read it so long ago. I want to say I read it, it could be 20 years ago I read it. So I really need to reread it because someone else just read it not that long ago. I think Kelly over at Books I'm Not Reading read it not that long ago, and I don't remember. I'm thinking she wasn't the biggest fan. So yeah, I want to reread so many books, but I love that, and I'm hoping to get to the second book maybe in July. Okay, the last book I want to talk about is Drawing in the Dust by Zoe Klein. A great friend of mine sent this to me years ago, and I absolutely loved it. It's about archaeologists, and oh, it's a love story. It's a ghost love story. It has, oh, it's just so beautiful. And I actually another friend knew how much I love this book, and he bought me The Scrolls of Anatia, if I'm pronouncing that right, by her, and absolutely loved it. So yes, I'm wondering, has Steve read any of this? I apologize if any of these books have came up. I'm sorry if you've talked about these books, Steve, and you've already reviewed them and talked about them on your channel. I try to watch all your videos, but I'm way behind on everybody's videos. When I do watch your videos, I always love them. Anyway, thank you so much, Steve, for doing this. And thank you, everyone, for watching this video. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.